To the conversation, the two women I am with, Professor Jacqueline Odwol, a nominated Member of Parliament, as well as Lydia Mukami, the chairperson of the Kenya Women Candidates Network. We've just seen Siaya Senator James Orengo release a statement there with regard to the demos and the manner in which the police are treating demonstrators here in Nairobi and Kisumu. They say that, or NASA says from that particular statement, the demos will continue and still there is no election. But from what Mukami said when she was giving her submissions before we went to James Orengo was, let's do this election, do away with it, Kenya needs to move on, and we can't wish this away.
I think, first of all, I'd like to congratulate, although I'm not quite sure, I wasn't aware of the Kenya Women's Candidate Network, but now that I know that Lydia Mukami Mwaura is the chair, I must congratulate her for acquiring that position. But I also would want somebody who has come onto the political platform from a women's docket, you know, went to Beijing, was a member of the Secretary General Boutros Ghali Gender and the Agenda for Peace, and truly listening to the very renowned politician from Uganda who said, with what qualities do women get into leadership? Because women are expected not only to just come and chase them and win at any cost, but really to bring what would be seen to be a much more compassionate, inclusive, intuitive perspective. I wanted to let my distinguished colleague know that, first of all, NASA is not wishing away elections. On the contrary, what NASA is doing, as I was indicating earlier, Kisa, is looking at the state of the country. And this phrase of moving on, I would really like to caution her not to raise at this particular time in the country, because the wounds of people, especially who felt that they had to move on in 2008 and get Nusu Mkate. They had to move on in 2013. I really think we want to be a bit careful and not ask us to move on. I think we might say we don't agree with each other, but not say we move on. So really, just to make the point that I'd like to point out that where we are now, the state of the nation, we really cannot push with the idea that we go on and hold elections and win at whatever cost. I think it might sound as if we are self-serving and sacrificial, given the number of NASA supporters that continue to meet a lot of brutal force from the police.
And on that note, I'm sorry, I have to cut you short on what you're saying about the police brutality. There's just a story that my colleague Timothy Otieno did. Some of the most affected are children.
Yes.
In cases of conflict, women and children are the ones who suffer most. So what are the women leaders doing about this?
This is actually part of what, to me, calls for a lot of soul-searching, because as I indicated earlier, Kesa, you know, if you're dealing with an issue and you want to just go with politics, politics is really coming up with a campaign and doing whatever you need to. We know in Kenya, people given money, you intimidate them, and you win at whatever cost. Leadership, on the other hand, is really asking questions. At the end of the day, you are going to win for what and at what cost? And unfortunately, as somebody who has come onto public leadership from the women's movement and who truly believes that the voice of women, even as we went to jumpstart the constitutional review process, was how women came together across political parties, across religion, across ethnic groups. I would tell you it is a very unfortunate thing that currently there seems to be a sense in which women are also swallowed in this politics. So that is something that I take responsibility and feel challenged about, and I hope that the women leaders hearing me from across the board, we might need to rethink, given where our country is right now.
Let's bring in Mukami from our City Center studios. Just talking about women leadership as a chairperson of the Women Candidates Network in the country, do you think women have been up to task with the current situation to not only provide leadership, but to ensure that Kenya does not go down the 2007-2008 route?
No, I don't really think I mean, I don't think women are really taking up their positions in giving Kenyans the correct position about what is happening. And I'm looking at Honorable Professor Jacqueline Odwell. I've known her from our history together. I've known her to look at things from a very objective point of view. And honestly speaking, I did not just look at NASA as people who do not have direction, but really I need to ask NASA and supporters to really tell us what grounds do they operate from, because why, for instance, I will support Jubilee and I'll come out and vote. I am not a Jubilee member. I stood as an independent candidate, obviously having lost to a Jubilee candidate. But I don't want to be swallowed in the crowd. I want to be truthful and look at things from a very objective position. NASA went to court. They got their prayers that the presidential elections be nullified, and they got that. So where are we operating? Aren't we operating from a ruling they sought, from the rule of law? So ideally, when we look at IEBC, what exactly do we want IEBC to do? They have given so many conditions to IEBC. I don't know what IEBC has done and has not done. But I'm looking at it every other time, NASA wants to behave like a woman who chooses their surgeons. They want to have a baby. This time around, they say, well, we are going to have a baby, but not with this midwife. We go to the other pregnancy, and we want to have a baby, not with this midwife. Honestly speaking, NASA, in all the elections, I have been grown up enough to see what happens. Honestly, NASA does not really feel comfortable with all the people that have come to IEBC. So NASA really needs to tell us what kind of personalities do we need to have in IEBC. Do we borrow from other countries? Do we get, I don't know, really, exactly what does NASA want? Where are they operating? Because we need to operate from something. We are operating from the law. A ruling is granted. Candidates go out and campaign, get to rally your supporters to vote, and the voting is here. Honestly, NASA, you go out for demonstration. NASA, you go out for court directions, and all of a sudden you realize time is running away. It's going. It's 2 days to the election. You want the election postponed. Wafula Chebukati, as a chairman of IEBC, is operating within the law. So what do you want him to do? Because you keep saying he gives direction. He can't just give direction out of nowhere. He has to follow something. There are electoral laws. There are procedures to be followed. And what is it that NASA wants? They have their supporters. Their principle is still on the ballot. Why is it that NASA is fearing the election? Why not come out and vote for their candidates? I will come out and vote for my candidate of choice. So NASA supporters, as a way of making peace, tokelezea, piga kura, decide, because you're making this country seem ungovernable.
From what I gather from what you say is that NASA is being a bit too fussy about this particular election, having this demand after demand after demand. Then does this mean that you really don't think much of some of the concerns they have been raising since that particular Supreme Court ruling?
I want honestly to challenge IEBC. IEBC, I believe, from what I have heard, there have been some form of reforms. So can Chebukati come out and tell Kenyans, we have been able to address this, we have been able to address this, and we haven't been able to address this for this reason, and we think if this cannot be addressed now, then the way to go is postpone the election. Or we have addressed everything that NASA is talking about or is concerned about, so we will still go ahead with the election. Because I think Wafula Chebukati has a responsibility, is answerable to Kenyans, not just to candidates. I feel very bad as a voter in this country. I went out on 8th of August. I cast my vote, and somebody, CS Matiang, said, once you have voted, go home. After going home, wait for the results. So even if I was, as a candidate, I voted and I went home. What's the next thing I hear? There are forms that were never filled properly. Election results were supposed to be relayed in a certain way. What exactly are we subjecting voters to? It is a job of somebody somewhere to do the right thing. So this time round, is Wafula Chebukati ready with what is needed to undertake this election? Because you cannot keep on taking Kenyans round. And I think, and I am not really biased when I say this, NASA needs to be objective. For me, as a candidate who has just been in this election and who actually lost, I was with 4 men and I lost to 1.
Okay, all right,
and
Mukami.
So many of us are aggrieved in our own way.
Okay,
Is
Mukami.
NASA sensing defeat?
Okay, Mukami. I would like the professor to react
Yes.
to this. She says that NASA is not being objective. NASA is acting like a spoilt woman, demands after demands, and wanting personalities at the IEBC. Professor, what do you have to say about that?
First of all, I'm going to ask Mukami to retract that imagery of a woman. I think it is very disrespectful to put that kind of example because it demeans women. One of the reasons why I am happy that I am in NASA is that I am aware that as we were talking about the 2/3 gender rule, I do know that the NASA presidential candidate, even though he is not and was not holding the political power, was very instrumental indeed in jump-starting the discussion. It is a good thing that the president then did take it on, but I would just like to remind her that it is not really the kind of imagery that I would want to hear from a woman leader, especially on television. Then secondly, just to answer her question, which I would really want to thank her that she answered herself when she got to the end. What do we want IEBC to do? First, Article 81 of the Constitution is very clear. IEBC must handle elections in ways that is seen to be neutral, that is transparent, that as a matter of fact is not only efficient but effective. IEBC, right from day one of the Supreme Court ruling, has demonstrated to all Kenyans that if anything, there must have been something that was really, really wrong. And it is important for the Honorable Mukami to know that what NASA wants from IEBC is to put its house in order. So whenever you hear NASA say Chiloba must go, you begin to demonize because you think politics. But you need to ask yourself, if NASA indicated all this, it is really saying IEBC get to handle all those issues that related with the personnel. IEBC look at the manner in which the primary mode of relaying votes was working. And that's what I had her say. And I just wanted, before I wind up, because, you know, Mukami did actually take the lion's share of the time as we were talking. I think maybe next time I should try and stay in town and let her come on this end. What I wanted to just make sure that we do not lose as Kenyans as we wind up is that we really cannot just go to elections for the sake of going to elections. It is a pity already that we are spending so much money and that we are arousing so much emotions, but we are aware that we have not moved an inch from August 8th. We are aware we have not handled that. And so what I'd like to say is to remind Kenyans to know that the sovereignty is with them in the Constitution and that leadership indicates that when you are climbing the wrong ladder, which is going to take you in the wrong way, you say no. And that indeed is what NASA is saying by demonstrating and by making sure that we really do not go with elections, assuming everything is okay.
One day to go to the repeat presidential poll. We'll see how this goes. NASA maintains there will be no election. Jubilee and IEBC, on the other hand, IEBC continues to make the final plans for this election. Jubilee just finished the last campaigns yesterday. Professor Jacqueline Odwo is a nominated member of parliament from our City Centre studios. We're joined by chairperson of the Kenya Women Candidates Network, Lydia Mukami Mwaura. Women, thank you very much for coming in, ladies. Well appreciated to have you here on KTN News Desk. Let's now take a look